Good afternoon, my darlings. It is the 9th, Tuesday, the 9th of July, and guess what? It is still raining. It has been raining so hard and for so long. I'm thinking about calling Noah to ask if he has any room on his ark. Goodness me. Summer is yet to start. I still have it wrapped up, ready to go into the garden. The garden's looking very nice. It's looking very wet at the moment, but how I long to sit in the garden. How Monty longs to sit in the garden. Oh, my little boy. He's currently curled up asleep on my bed, doing what he always does, having happy little dreams of chasing mice, probably. I have no idea, but that's what I like to think he does. Wow. Gosh, today has been so busy. I've literally sat down to catch a breath before I have to sort everything out, make a couple more phone calls, and start with dinner in about 1 hour because it's just started. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Where has the day gone? I've literally been in this office all that time. I don't know. Gosh, and I hear today that Dyson are cutting up to 1,000 jobs. Oh dear, flipping heck. It's awful. Poor people. If you're working for Dyson, I do sympathise. I think your products are amazing, Dyson. I really do. Expensive, very expensive, but my goodness, do they last. Your opinions might be different to mine, but I quite like a Dyson product. So yeah, I've just seen that news pop up on my phone. I was like, oh, flipping heck. Poor people. And this is why you need a plan. Yeah. Subject of today's Gen X chat. Having a plan for when something goes to play. Yeah. When you're literally looking down the barrel of no job and no money coming into the house. Oh, I have been there. I have worn the t-shirt. I could make a t-shirt on it. I really could. But it's just having something in your back pocket, your fallback plan if you like. Everybody should have one. That's why we're preppers, right? You know, you you hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. And just having something in your back pocket, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a hobby. You could be into photography, and something happens with a job, or it's looking a bit. You can perhaps freelance as a photographer. I'm just saying. You might be really good at making cakes, and maybe you make a few cakes and sell them, just a bit of pin money. Stranger things have happened from small businesses set up in garages, and suddenly you're taking on the world. Steve Jobs and Microsoft, gosh, forget his name at the moment. Bill Gates, thank you. Yeah, they started out in the garage. Heck, my second business started out in a garage. And it took off. And yeah, as I say, the rest is history. So having something in your back pocket is always a really, really good idea. Always have a rainy day fund. You never know. The day may come that your boiler packs up. At least you can afford to get it fixed. Or something could go wrong with the car. At least you know you can afford to get that fixed. Because to not be on the road equals no funds coming into the house, equals hard times for everybody. Get a plan, find something you're good at, work on it on the weekends and maybe at nights, when you get a little bit of free time. I admit, when you're raising a family, free time is like, what's that? Please remind me again what free time is. I still have that problem myself. Even though my daughters are 20 and 22 respectively, they are still, Mom, I need you. Mom. My husband is like, darling, I need you. And it's, oh, I was just about to put it down, come back to it later. That is sometimes how life is. But if you do have a little bit of free time and you have a little bit of an idea, nurture that little idea and turn it into something that can help make you money. That way then, if something does happen to your main job, you've got that to fall back on until something comes along. I know they have this saying where you've got to have at least 6 months of money put away at any one time to cover 6 months worth of expenditure if you're out of work. Well, what happens if you're out of work for 12 months? What happens if it's longer? The benefit system is meant to keep your head above water. It's not a lifestyle choice of some. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable talking about that, to be honest, because I have been on benefits and it is not easy. Oh boy, hardest time of my life. And if you want something to light a rocket up your backside about getting yourself up and running and moving and going again, that will do it. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. But just have just something in your back pocket. You might not be out of work very long, or you could be out of work for over a year. You may decide during that time that you want to start a new business. Good on you. It's not easy starting when you've got nothing. I should know. I've done it. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It's really bad for your mental health, and I can't begin to tell you what it does physically to your body. The stress. Ooh, not easy. Not easy coming back from rock bottom. Although they do say when you hit rock bottom, you can start digging. And that's my sense of humour kicking in yet again for a rather rough experience. I'd like to think 18 years on, wow, I'm actually starting to feel as though things are changing, things are different. It's been 18 years, it's a long slog. Actually, 13 of them have been very, very hard. And the ones before that, difficult, stressful, anxiety inducing, what nightmares are made of. Wow, I really don't know sometimes how we as a couple got through it. But got through it we did. They do say when you're in hell, walk around as though you own the place. But yeah, here we are to talk about, instead of being in hell, keep going. Although in hell you must keep going to come out the other side. I'm trying to instill in you thinking about a get out clause, a get out plan. Alright? So, you're going to find something you're good at, and you're going to turn that into something that you can make money out of. You're going to do yourself something called a little business plan. I don't normally talk about money because money is vulgar, as is politics, as is religion. But if you're wanting to get yourself out of a very dark place and you have a family to provide for and you're trying to keep the roof over your head and your job's looking a little bit dicey, formulating a plan now before that goes to hell, that's going to help you to be able to sleep at night. It's going to be a little less stressful on your heart, a little bit more nurturing for your marriage or your partnership, and the kids. You're going to be protecting them and not being frustrated and angry and then yelling at the children, because that's not good. It's a very harsh environment to be in. Imagine the child's confusion as to why you're so stressed and angry all the time. All they want to be is loved and hugged and told everything's okay. Yeah, sure, they're going to see sometimes the harsh side of life. Nothing's perfect, and parents aren't perfect, and you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you, and you have to be able to take care of not only yourself, your partner, and your children. And sometimes it's a really tall order, and you just feel like overwhelmed. And I can get that, because I know I've been there. It's so difficult. So don't pile extra pressure on yourself trying to be perfect, because even Pollyanna wasn't perfect. Nobody is. And if you see, the perfect life and the perfect husband, the perfect wife, the perfect kids, how much of that is choreographed? How much of that is for the camera and you don't actually see what goes on behind the camera? Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook. They seem to show this perfect world and this perfect life, and if you're not living this perfect world and this perfect life, then there must be something wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with trying to be perfect all the time, because it'll burn you out. You'll feel ill. It'll probably send you doolally in the head. And, your relationship may break down because of it. So don't buy into that, because it's a whole level of hot. Try not to swear. It really is very hard. And it really is very frustrating to see everybody perceivingly showing their oh so perfect life, oh so perfect me, oh so perfect kids. It's not real. You know what is real? When you've had a hard day and the man in your life throws his arms around you and says, "Don't worry, babe, tomorrow's looking even worse." You've got a winner when you've got a fella like that. What's the saying go? Today's not your day. Tomorrow doesn't look that good either. You just have to find a way to dance in the rain. It helps when you've got a very supportive partner with you, right? Be honest with each other. Sit down and be honest and say, look, things are going to be really, really tight and really, really hard. And I don't know when the good times are going to come back, but I am going to do my best to ensure that we don't lose the house, the car, each other, the kids, the whole lot, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to work really, really hard with each other, and we're just going to save like mad, and we're going to be as frugal as possible. And even though I've got my job, and even though I'm doing what I do, I'm going to give this little tiny, tiny little sparkle of a dream. I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to try and see where it heads. It could be the most epic failure of your life, or it could be the start of something beautiful. Right? It's not easy making that first tentative step, but if you're gonna do it while you still have a job. And if that job's looking a little bit dicey and you're a little bit, and you're going through that feelings. Yeah, I could write a book on it, my darlings. I really have seen it, done it, worn the t-shirt, made the t-shirt, went out and washed the t-shirt. I probably ironed it as well. There you go. But yeah, if you're feeling insecure in your form of employment and you're starting to get signals, gut instinct. Oh, trust your gut, right? I am not kidding on that. Trust your gut instincts. If you feel something ain't right, it's a really good sign that something isn't right. And if you are thinking, well, I'll stay where I am, I could be in line for some redundancy, or I could be in line for maybe a job move, a different position. You know, there might be a case of where your job might be moved and it makes more sense to live up there during the week and then come home at weekends or come home at the end of the month or something like that. I get it. Being away from your partner and the kids, it's hard. It's really, really hard. But, you know, sometimes those are situations that you're put into and you just have to ride it. And yeah, go and do that. And even although all of that is going on and it might not be an ideal situation for you and your family, you can still circle back to your little nugget that's yours and nurture it and just do a little bit. And every time you think of something, write it down. Put it into your business plan. Okay? If at all possible, try to be self-starting with your little nugget. I hasten to add, borrowing money from friends, family, and the bank, unless you're absolutely 110% sure that your little nugget is going to give dividends, don't do it. Don't put another member, a friend or family member, in a financial position where if they lost that money, it would be detrimental to them. Okay? And the same goes for going to the bank. The bank are very, very good at lending you an umbrella when the sun's out and then suddenly wanting it back when it starts to rain. And that is a very big warning that I am giving to anybody who's thinking of starting a business and is looking towards the bank. For collateral, what they would probably be looking for is a grip on your home as a guarantor. They'll want your car. They'll want the souls of your firstborn child. That's how bad banks are. Yeah. I would avoid going to a bank with a business plan because that is what they will be looking for. And I have experience of that as well. Oh, yes. So, if you can, start very, very small. All right, I'm on about a shoestring. Okay. Gosh, I started my business with £100. That's all I had. I know a lot of people say, oh yeah, how on earth do you start a business with £100? Well, I did. I managed it. And I'm not saying that you have to do the same. But when I say think small, I mean minuscule, you know. Just do maybe one or two. Dip your toe in the water. Write down your experiences. How did it go? How did the first one go? Did it work? Are you prepared to do another? Try out, do another, make a bit more money from that. Do it on a shoestring. Do it as basic as possible. You know, there ain't anything as basic as the way that we did it. It was we ended up getting through recommendations from friends and family, and them telling other people about what we did, and then it sort of snowballed from there. And pretty soon we were taking in really good orders, and then it snowballed from that. And all of a sudden it's like drinking, instead of drinking from a water fountain, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant. You just don't know. Oh, it's intense. And then instead of working a couple of hours a day, you're working 5 hours a day on it, 10 hours a day, 20, and then it suddenly shoots to 40 hours and then 60 hours a week, and you're like, flipping heck. And the money's rolling in, and as fast as the money's rolling in, it's paying for the next slot, and then the next slot, and then it's going out, and then bing, bang, bing, bong. And it's like that, and then a year passes, and then 5 years pass, and then 10 years have passed, and then you're still going, and it's still going chugga 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 chugga. And that's starting teeny tiny, and now we're one of the biggest out there. And it's like, and that was starting from nothing, having lost everything. Hard. So hard. And if what I'm trying to instill in you the confidence that if I can do it, you damn well can do it, right? You just have to have confidence in you, right? Get up. Get your grown-up underwear on. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And if you see something coming that is giving you the, oh, I don't like that, oh my goodness, I could lose my job. How do I pay for my home? How do I keep the car? That's another thing as well. Cars, yeah, buy yourself a second-hand one. I don't care what the neighbours say. I don't care what your family says, right? They're not living your life. You are living your life, and if you need to put food on that table and keep a roof over your head, it doesn't matter what you're driving. It really doesn't. As long as it's got an engine that's okay and it's got 4 wheels, 5 if you include the steering wheel, that's quite important. It doesn't matter what make it is, it doesn't matter what model it is. You know, cut back on everything. High fashion, out the window. Makeup, out the window. Holidays, sorry, out the window. Until you can afford to have them again. You have to go basic. Everything has to be basic. The only thing that should be coming into your house, right, is happy children, a happy partner, and food. Yeah. What shouldn't be leaving your house is extortionate bills and money that does not need to be spent. Yeah? I'm sorry, if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses at this point in your life and financially you cannot afford it and you're living on a credit card, there is a problem. A major problem, and you need to address that immediately. And that's when you need to sit down with your partner and be brutally honest and say, income, expenditure. This is how long we've got on our mortgage. This is how much it's costing us every single month just to exist in this house. Out of those, what can we get rid of that we do not need? Get rid of Netflix, get rid of Sky, get rid of any TV packages. Yeah, they've got to go. You have got to get rid of every single thing that is causing you to hemorrhage cash, right? Once you stop hemorrhaging cash, you can start building reserves. You will still have your job. You will have an older model of a car, but does it matter? No, it does not. It really doesn't matter at all. Say you're not shopping at Waitrose anymore and you're shopping at Aldi. At least you're putting food on the table, right? That's how you've got to look at things. And you can perhaps try to ride out the financial storm that may be heading your way and get your little nugget of your business and start that on a shoestring, right? And just do one or two while you're still working and build slowly that side of things while you're still working. Just think you're getting a dual income coming into your house along with possibly your partner if they're working as well. So think about all that cash, all that cushion that you're building to protect your family. Yeah. And perhaps you can use a little bit of that cash into your business, just a small amount, to maybe just get a little bit of advertising going. Get yourself a little website set up. And it's really easy these days, a lot easier than it was back in the day when I started, because these things just didn't exist. You know, we didn't have Wix back then. Blimey. We didn't have many things. I mean, I would say when I was starting to get going, social media, a lot of the social media that we have now wasn't there. And so I was doing everything on word of mouth. I was getting leaflets printed and I was walking door to door, pushing them through letterboxes. And then eventually when Facebook started to get a little bit more going, I could advertise on there, you know, free. Like I put on my page, oh, I do this, you know, if you're interested and you need me to do it for you, then I will do it. And it's sort of built up from that. And I say, it's not long before people get wind of what you do. And especially if you're in a very niche part of a business, and it builds from that. And it, like I say, you start off drinking at a water fountain, suddenly it turns into a hydrant, and you're like, it's going off in your face. And it's a really great place to be because you're getting financial security. Your job then may go, the business that you were working at may go, but you've got this and you fall back on it and it's there and it protects you and it's your cushion and it wraps around your family and it says you're going to be okay. And doesn't that give you a comforting feeling, knowing that there's something there that's going to hold you in your darkest hour and it'll say to you, you're all right, you've got this, you can do this. And then you just build your business up from that. And you know what? And you didn't use the bank once. The bank will be coming to you to offer you money because they think what you're doing is so brilliant, and it's so satisfying being able to turn around and say, I'm okay, thanks. I'm good, thanks. I know I'm really okay. I don't need your money. I don't need your lecherous hands coming for my home and things like that. You don't need... It's just there in the background. It's a bit creepy. It's going, oh, hello. I see you have a wonderful business. Would you like some money for it? No thanks. No, I'm good. I'm okay. I've done it myself. you're beginning to feel like that book that we all read back in the 70s called The Little Red Hen, called I Will Do It Myself. And she did. I am the little red hen. Yeah. And you too can do what I've done. I know you can, because I believe in you. And you are going to believe in yourself. You're going to have confidence, right? You're going to get your little nugget. You're going to think about it. You're going to make a plan. You're going to try it out. You're going to do that while you're working at your other job. Sure, it's going to take a little bit of your time. It will pay off. It really will. Especially if where you're working and that gut feeling that you had, where you're feeling that your job isn't safe, you're going to have this there ready to protect you and your family. And it's going to be wonderful. And I do hope that you do listen to me, because I know for a fact you can. Because I could do it, right? And I didn't flipping, oh God, did I settle? Did I upset a few people? Woohoo! I did not manifest my business starting. I did not do that. I just got on with it. I just realised something was very, very wrong. Unfortunately, it came too late for me, and I had to start again from nothing, which is why it's taken me near enough 18 years to get myself back up to where I was. And I'm giving you the opportunity, if you like, to sit down and look at your situation, and for goodness sakes, don't make the same mistakes I made. I'm trying to save you that pain because of my experiences. You see where I'm coming from? I really am on your side. I really do want you to make a success of this. I want your family to be financially protected. I want you to have a future, and I want you to keep a roof over your heads. And I do sincerely want that for you, because it's a scary, scary place when you got everything going out and nothing coming in, and that you just don't know where it's gonna stop. You don't know how you're gonna survive. Taking the steps now to nurture something, to get it going while you're still working where you are, you're giving yourself grace period, you're giving yourself breathing space, you're not giving yourself sleepless nights, you're not giving yourself nearly heart failure. My husband had a heart attack with all the stress and strain that was going on, while still trying to protect the family, while I was still trying to get this business that I'm doing now up and running. And it was when we'd become successful again that he had his flipping heart attack. He'd bottled it up for so long that he just keeled over one day at work. And it was 8 years ago, and he's going to be on medication now for the rest of his life. I am trying to save you that pain, having to watch your partner nearly die. It's not nice. It's awful. It's the worst feeling in the world. And I still feel angry about it. We were shoved into a situation through no fault of our own. We fought so hard and for so long, and it was so difficult. And when it went, and then we were left with nothing, and people were still coming at us and still attacking us, and I just want to save you that pain. I really, really do, because it's not a nice place. It's not a good place to be. It's not, when you're sheltering the children from it, it's not easy. It really, really isn't. And to be financially knocked back to the Stone Age, which is basically what happened. And to have to build something from nothing, it's a miracle. But I did it through hard work. I didn't do it through manifesting it. I did it through hard work, and so did my husband. And my poor husband had a heart attack just when we got successful again. And, you know, change of lifestyle, change of diet, change of everything. And touch wood, he's doing so well. And he's still with me. And we're very mindful of stress and difficult situations, and when we feel it's coming, we take a deep breath and we step back and we just say, whoa, hold your horses, everybody. We're only human. You know, mostly human. Yes. Well, I'm the Iron Woman. Ah, how I haven't gone off with a nice little jacket that buckles up the back. I really don't know. I'm sure it must be my sense of humour and my sarcasm, you know, my venom that keeps me going, and my protection and love for my husband and my children. Gene Kranz always said at Apollo 13, failure was not an option. And I still believe in that. Yeah, you know, failure is not an option. You don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun the person next to you. Yeah. Like I say, when you find yourself in hell, walk around like you own the place. Yeah. It's going to be fine. I'm trying to spare you the pain that I've been through. If things are looking dicey now, start formulating that plan. Protect your family. You don't owe anybody anything apart from your family. And so what if you cut all expenditure and end up with a second-hand car? It's better than a first-hand walk. Trust me. Yeah. You're going to be fine. I know you're going to be fine. And nurture that little nugget that could be your little way out. Okay? And let me know how you get on. Because, like I said, if I can do it, so can you. Take care of yourselves, my darlings. And I'll talk to you soon.